Alright, welcome back everybody. Turn 36 of Roots, Bloody Roots. And let's see what we've got here. Message from Satis. Um uh that's definitely a reasonable thought. I don't think that I am going to participate though because I am busy. Um we got our first Katsuna. And we got this deer here. So that's this guy. I am moving him over here because for two reasons. One is this place is just generally safer against assassination, and I think that he can beat up an assassin, but I'm not sure. The second thing is that in addition to generating gems, he also generates deer. And the deer, I mean, they're chaff in every sense of the word, but they can add a little bit for siege on either side. So I'll probably send some of these guys along with these horned serpents that I keep summoning, and these guys are definitely better for siege, particularly on offense, but we'll bring that all together. Looking back at the messages, Dire Portent. So let's go and look at this enchantment that he cast because it's interesting. It is the Samhain, which is an Ariu national enchantment. I'll give you a chance to read this over. Magic scales will increase worldwide, so that means that everybody will be able to research faster, including Ariu. Ariu themselves gets this gate, which gives them conjuration enchantment bonus. So for summoning, they can spend 20% less gems, which is pretty powerful. And then they get these free spawn, which looks like I don't know how good these free spawn are, but they're not Maverni, so we can disregard that part. But if we look at their Dominion, can I see how many candles they've got? I don't think I can. Assuming that they have about 7-ish what with their temples, then they're going to get a free spawn in most of their provinces every turn. So that's a good enchantment for them. Continue with the messages. Found a magic site, so we're earning a little bit more. I am disappointed in my magic sites. I've searched pretty much my whole land, and you see I've gotten a pretty good spread, but I'm not finding very many. Like this one has 2, and this guy only has 1, despite searching every path but blood. This guy has none, and granted, like I'm not searching very deeply, but still, a level 1 search should be finding half the magic sites. So, if half the magic sites are 0, well, that's what it is. Here in this throne, and thrones normally have extra magic sites. I've searched everything at least 2, and I found 1 magic site. So, it is what it is. Hoping to find some more in this wasteland that I'm searching here. But, and I've got my god actually just searching this province here. I'll probably send some guys with higher level paths to basically go back over places. I can cast Dark Knowledge and get Death 9, which is obviously going to be a much bigger search than Death 1 or 2, like most of these places have had. Particularly Death 1. But, it is what it is. I mean, I can't do anything about it. What else we got? A battle in Ophaleth. So this was me steamrolling in over some PD. The only thing that is kind of annoying about this, well, I can see if my plan to keep these guys behind these guys worked. Looks like they're already marching ahead, so maybe I thought I had them on hold and attack, so that's something that I can fix. They're screwing around with random spells as opposed to my actual script, and that is because there's so few of these guys that they just decide to do different stuff. which doesn't really matter. Obviously the battle itself was a steamroll, but that means that I can go and look and make sure, yeah, they're not on hold and attacks. Let's go ahead and fix that. It's very important because I don't want to get my siege staff killed unnecessarily. So I want these guys to basically hold and kind of box out the siege chaff. I'm sending these guys back here. Why? Because if I'm Abyssia, I move to reclaim that, and then that gives me a chance to ambush these guys. There was one other thing about that battle. Oh no, we'll come back to that. So they reconquered this province. If I'm Abyssia, I go and I reconquer this province, and so I'm gonna cut them off basically. Anytime that I have a chance to kill mages and keep a province, especially since this one has a decent amount of gold coming in, I think that's a good opportunity for me. Let's keep looking. We got a battle between Nabha and Jotunheim. Again, it's PD on the defensive, so it's not the most exciting. But we can see if they... So this guy has an astral shield from this mine shield. Anyone who attacks them gets paralyzed. That's interesting. This guy's basically... Well, he could be a light thug, but that's not how Nabha is using him. He's using him to lead a bunch of these soldiers. Will we get a chance to see Nabha's Bless? Summon storm power, but there is no storm. So that's just not going to do anything. Yeah, he's gone off script, which is what happens when there's just PD on the defensive. Oh, flaming meteor. Those always look cool. Oh, another one. That's a dangerous spell to have on the script when you're beating up on PD because, well, it could easily take out your own guys, since meteors don't care what they fall on. We did not get to see Nabha's Bless, c'est la vie. And then let's look at this battle. So here, Abyssia has a small raiding force coming in against my PD. It's just one PD, so obviously Abyssia is going to win. But we can look at the tactics that they employ. So they've got two heavily diseased salamanders. They're regenerating, so they're not actually going to suffer from the disease. Well, they bless themselves and the regenerate will basically get their HP back. They've got a couple of gems, but if you watch the battle unfold, they're not using them. They're set to conservative gem usage, which is wise, and they're spamming out ally from below. These guys are very different from fire elementals. They do not have ethereal, they do not have multiple forms. What they get in exchange for that is that they don't require fire gems to summon, and their flame strike is a AoE 1 attack. So you can get hit by a flame strike even if you are not the primary victim, so to say. So these guys are solid. Like everything that Abyssia is doing is making sense. Like there's no reason for them to waste gems beating up my 1 PD over here. However, these guys not being ethereal and not having the multiple forms and not being just generally as tough means that if I can snipe Abyssia with them having this script in play, then it'll be an easier fight. Like these guys are actual people that they are vulnerable to everything that non-ethereal dudes are vulnerable. They are mindless, so I can't like mind burn them, for example. But you're like life drain or your tangle vines and stuff, like that'll all have an effect. Alright. So that's the point I wanted to get across in that battle. Asphodel did some counter raiding on Abyssia. So we can go and watch this. Asphodel basically had this bird fly over, which is similar to what I'm planning on doing. This bird just has a lot of reinvigoration, and and some good spells. So this must have been what Asphodel got when they turned one of their guys into a bird. Which I don't know how they did that, because there's the Become Eagle spell, but you have to have Air 3 to cast Become Eagle. This could have been a regular transformation, I guess? Regardless, he's going to Fortitude himself, so now he's got some fire resistance, and that's basically all he needs to clean up this PD. Oh, and the Iron Skin, Prot 20, yeah. We can go ahead and speed this up. Yeah, he just jumps over and starts ripping up some dudes. Alright, let's zoom out so we can see the battle a little better. He's actually getting surrounded here. These guys caught up to him, but he's regenning through anything they could do to him, and they're basic militia, so they're not going to last long. And then he finishes off that shaman. So all told, he did get this Steer Tribe shaman, which is a nice victory anytime you kill a mage. Let's watch this one. So this is, I believe, Asphodel's god, the Prince of Death. He's got a Wraith Sword with Life Drain, which would be quite effective against Abyssia. Like, their dudes are still alive. This guy also casts Strain. He's got Regen, plus I think he's got more regen from his God Bless. Undead Regen. Yep, so he's got limited regen from the armor and undead regen. Reinvigoration, Snaring Flames. Like, this guy is a bona fide super combatant. He doesn't have... Well, I think that the Abyssian attacks from their Sacreds are still mundane. So he's got 27 prot versus them. He's going to ensnare them, which still works despite the fact that they don't really care about fire. And he's got so much life drain that it's basically really hard to make a blow stick to him. So, nice design, Asphodel. How much magic resistance he's got? 21, not that much. If someone was spamming out Soul Slay, then, let's go ahead and zoom out, then they could get some work done on him, but that is not what's happening here. Oh, and he's got Soul Vortex. Did he actually kill anything? Fire Elemental. And then let's look at this one. So, this looks like, yeah, it must have been a transformation result. So he transformed a dude, like, one of these amphitheaters. He transformed one of his national mages into an amphitheater. Which means that now he can fly in addition to doing all the stuff he could do. And he is also getting it on the rating game. I don't know if, like, Asphodel has been transforming a bunch of guys and these were just his best results, or if he got lucky on a couple of transformation attempts. But he's got Mother Oak, and he's got money, so I could see him doing lots of transformation. Flies to the back, and attacks this captain. He's actually taking quite a bit of damage, because these guys have crossbows, but that was their leader, and so now they're all going to run away. So this was actually kind of a dangerous mission, but he took out that mercenary group. The big thing is that with that little protection and no body slot to increase his armor, that's the vulnerability of this guy. But it worked, so good job, Asphodel. Yeah, go ahead. Alright. So that was the battles. Some nature gems. Unfortunately, no other events. Oh no, I also got 2 water gems. Yippee. So I'm kinda... That's the thing I gotta keep in mind with luck scales, is that I'm gonna get some good events. I've already gotten some good events, but it's very much come and go. There's going to be droughts, and I just have to plan for that. So right now I'm doing the opposite of planning for that and recruiting max stuff pretty much everywhere. My capital I'm not, which maybe that's a mistake. Let's actually go and recruit a little bit more there. Continue sending these guys in. I am going to need to summon a Naiad because they're very powerful for their magic pass, even if they can't go out and cause trouble. But that'll be a mission for another turn. Alright, I'm not sending the troops in yet, mainly because I only have one Yaya. And I need more Yayas to cast Bone Melter, because that's going to be the spell I'm going to be relying on against Abysia. So actually, maybe I leave some of these guys at home and recruit another priest in the hopes that I get another Earth 2. Those are the best ones for me. I'll give him some Earth Gems, and then he can mazel the Earth and get stuff done. And then that lets my capital max out. Dancer recruitment. Probably just heard one of my dogs. They're so cute. And then we can go and let's grab another couple guys here. Go ahead and spend all of our money, and that's fine. Alright, let's look at our thug. So, pretty basic. Let him move around fast. Let him hit hard. He's got some built-in invulnerability, but we'll be overriding that with Iron Skin. He doesn't have any armor. Let's give him a jacket. Yeah, that's a good jacket. So, this is a decent amount of gem investment for a thug. This guy was 10, this guy's 5, this guy's 5, and the chassis itself was 25, so that's 45 gems into this guy. But he should be pretty tough. Here's his script. Regen, Iron Skin, Temper Flesh, you can see all that. Temper Flesh will give me fire resistance, and then Meditation will give me fire resistance. Enlarge will give him some more HP, although he might not be able to get Enlarge off before dudes get to him. And I keep saying him, but this will actually be Tammy, Ron's ex-wife. Okay, we've got another thug on the way. Cops in a Dance, Frostbrand. I should probably make a jacket for the next guy. Fireplate. Fireplate would be a good fit for these guys. And you have inept researcher, so you're a logical person to make it. Alright, speaking of research, getting evocation, finishing that up so we can drop some meteors. That should be effective against Abysia. And then we'll switch to construction. Yeah, the meteors won't do anything to the fire elementals, but they should do a number to the sacreds, because it's still 25 damage at once. That's a lot to regen from. And then that'll be the plan there. You can thank Ariu for that global. That'll give me a little more research. Abysia will also be getting more research since they have drain scales normally. But that's just the way it is. They don't actually have that much drain. I thought they had more drain. This raid could be foiled if Abysia decides to move either of their groups here, but I don't think that they will do that. These guys are just kind of moving around causing trouble. I'm expecting them to either attack me directly and, well, continue causing trouble that way, or to go back to Greendale up here. That's what I'm planning for. And then these guys, they could move them here, to try to cut me off from cutting them off. I don't expect that they'll do that. I'm thinking that they will either stay put because I'm threatening them, or take their chances over here. That said, that is a good reminder for me that I need to get my scry back on. So who can scry? I'm actually short on water people. You can scry. So let's go ahead and take off that. You can hold on to that. Alright, you can cast Scrying Pool. And for 3 more turns. That should be all we need for now. Let's do 4. It's better for me to do longer at once because that amortizes the startup cost better. But I do want to keep an eye on what's going on here. It is just a fortress, not a castle. I don't know if Avisia has primitive forts. Okay. Mercenaries. Let's go one of my provinces. Mercenaries, don't care about him, or him, or him, or him. So yeah, that'll be the plan. I believe next turn is 37. See you then.